Dear students, in 10th standard social science, now we are going to learn the geography part. You have two volumes in social. In first volume, you are going to study India location, relief and drainage. It is about the absolute location of our country, different landforms and water bodies. Your second lesson is climate and natural vegetation of India. This lesson is about factors responsible for climate, then different seasons in our country and rainfall distribution, also about different types of natural vegetation and wildlife in India. Third lesson is components of agriculture. This lesson is about different types of soil, importance of irrigation and also agriculture, and also problems faced by the farmers in India. Fourth lesson is resources and industries. This lesson is about resources and their types, distribution of industry and also resources, and also the problems of Indian industry. Last fifth lesson is India, population, transport, communication and trade. This lesson is about levels of urbanization and its impact, and also about different modes of transport, types of communication and nature of trade in India. Okay, let's start our first lesson. India, location, relief and drainage. In location, we will learn India's absolute and relative location in the world. Relief means different types of landforms present in our country, and then drainage is about water bodies. Let's see the introduction. India is the seventh largest country in the world and second in Asia. From the continent Asia, India is separated by the Himalayan mountains. India covers 2.4% area of the world. India's land and water frontiers. India shares its border with Pakistan in west, Afghanistan in northwest, China, Nepal, Bhutan in north, Bangladesh and Myanmar in east, Indian Ocean in south. This Indian Ocean is divided into two arms, namely Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. India's largest border with Bangladesh, that is 4,156 kilometers, and shortest border with Afghanistan, that is 106 kilometers. India and Sri Lanka is separated by narrow sea which is called Palk Strait. Along with all this country, that is Nepal, China, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan. Along with all these countries, India is also called subcontinent. Next, India and the world. Our country is located in between East and the West Asia. Indian Ocean routes connect the countries of Europe in the West and East Asia. It helping our country to create close contact with West Asia, Africa and Europe from western coast, and Southeast and East Asia from eastern coast. Next, location and extent. India is located in northeastern hemisphere, the southernmost point of the country. That is, when you consider our whole country, including the Union territories, it is located in Andaman and Nicobar, and this point is also called Indira Point. In our mainland, southernmost point is located in Kanyakumari, and this point is called Cape Comorin. The north to south extension, that is The distance is 3214 kilometers. It is calculated from Jammu and Kashmir. That point is called Indra Kol to Kanyakumari. That already told, that point is called Indra Point. Likewise, from east to west, extension is 2933 kilometers and it is calculated from Gujarat in the west and to Arunachal Pradesh in the east. From this map, you can clearly understand the Tropic of Cancer will divide our country into two halves. Next is Indian Standard Time. Students, you know many countries have different time. Do you know how the time can be calculated? Already you studied about latitude and longitude in your previous class. The time is calculated by the longitudes which passes in that country. Based on the longitude degrees, the time will be calculated. Here, a difference of 1 degree longitude will make 4 minutes difference. See the map. The longitude degree in Gujarat is 68 degrees 7 minutes and Arunachal Pradesh is 97 degree 25 minutes. So there is 29 degree 18 minutes difference in longitude. If you calculated the difference between these two longitudes, the time will be vary up to 57 minutes 12 seconds, nearly 2 hours. In order to avoid these different, Indian Standard Time is calculated. For that, we take central meridian of India, that is 82 degree 30 minutes east longitude, which passes through Mirzapur. Based on this, our Indian Standard Time is 5.30 hours ahead of Greenwich meridian. Next, major physiographic division of India. Let's imagine our country has the majestic Himalayan peaks in the north, the beautiful beaches in the south, the great Indian desert in the west, and natural heritage in the east. All these makes our country very beautiful. So, based on the major difference, the landforms is divided into the Himalayan mountains, the great northern plains, the peninsular plateau, the Indian desert, the coastal plain, the island. First, we will see about the Himalayan mountains. The Himalayas. The Himalayan mountains is also called Northern Mountains, which consist of the youngest and the loftiest mountain chain in the world. Why it is called youngest and loftiest means they have been formed only few million years ago, and also they were formed because of the folding of the earth crust due to tectonic activity. Himalayas is a Sanskrit word which means the abode of snow. So the northern mountains, that is the Himalayan mountains, is divided into three major divisions, that is the Trans-Himalayas, Himalayas and Eastern or Purvanchal Hills. The Trans-Himalayas is also known as Western Himalayas. It lies in Jammu and Kashmir and Tibetan Plateau. Major part is present in Tibetan Plateau, so this is also known as Tibetan Himalayas. Next, the Himalayas. It constitutes the core part, that is the central part of northern mountains. It is an young-fold mountain. It consists of many ranges. The main division of the Himalayas are the Greater Himalayas, the Lesser Himalayas and the Sivaliks. The Greater Himalayas, it is also called the Himadri. So it receives lesser rainfall, and the Lesser Himalayas, it is the middle range of Himalayas. This region is subjected to extensive erosion due to heavy rainfall, deforestation and urbanization. And the Sivaliks. It is also called Outer Himalayas. It partly made by the debris brought by the Himalayan rivers. It is the most discontinuous ranges. So next is Purvanchal Hills. So many hills are combined together. The hills which is denoted in this slide, that all hills are combined together is called Purvanchal Hills. Next, the importance of Himalayas. First, it blocks the southwest monsoon wind and causes heavy rainfall to North India. It forms a natural barrier to the subcontinent, so we will not affect the snow by the Himalayas. It is the source of many perennial rivers like Indus, Ganges, Brahmaputra, etc. And the northern mountains are described as the paradise of tourists due to its natural beauty. It provides raw material for many forest-based industries. It prevents the cold wind blowing from the Central Asia and protects India from severe cold. Himalayas are renowned for the rich biodiversity. Thank you, children. In next class, we will see about the northern plains, the peninsular plateau, the Indian desert, and about islands and the Himalayan rivers and drainage system of our country. Thank you. Okay, answer the questions. Why Himalayas are called young full mountains? Why North Indian rivers are perennial? What is the meaning of perennial? And name the neighboring countries of India. Explain the divisions of northern mountains and its importance to India. Thank you, children.